Hi, this is Mark from the Crimson Sage Games Club, and here's a quick primer on getting ready for your tournament. So first, when and where. Check this out. This is where it's going to be at and when. Take note of that. All right, so for this particular event, we're going to have two events. One of them is going to be a 2,000 point event and is aimed at more competitive players. Don't be afraid if you're not super competitive. You're still welcome to come, and you're going to have a fun time and learn lots of things. It's going to have this number of players, and it's going to be a total of this many rounds at 2.5 hours per game. The 500 point is meant for a little bit more casual players. You'll still get a bit of competition in there, but it's designed to be a bit more of a fun and casual event. You're going to have this many players and this many rounds at an hour each. Follow these links or in the player pack to register and pay. To muster your forces, so as I said, there's going to be two events. There's going to be the 2,000 point and the 500 point. In both cases, we're going to be using the Arcs of Omen Grand Tournament pack. So make sure you have a copy of that and you're familiar with the way those detachments are set up. We are allowing Forge World models, provided that they are listed within your codex. All right, we're going to be using Best Coast pairings. So if you haven't used that before, check out the Best Coast pairing site. I'm going to be adding everybody who's registered for it manually. Do go check your events in BCP, Best Coast Pairing, to make sure that your name is there. If not, contact me at this information and I'll make sure that you get added. Lists. All lists need to be in to me or through the Best Coast Pairing system at least a week before the event happens. That'll give me a chance to check all the things and make sure that there's no errors. Use Best Coast Pairing to upload your lists, and they need to be in a text format, ideally from either the Warhammer app or from the Battlescribe app. Okay, model requirements. All right, so again, we're going to be doing a little bit based on the 2,000 point versus the 500 point. In both cases, you need to have the model match what's on your list. So there'll be no substitutes. You can't have a Rhino saying it's a Land Raider. They have to be the actual model. All major gear needs to match what's on your list, and your has to match what's on the model. So what you see is what you get. Little things like pistols and grenades I'm not exactly worried about, but ideally someone who sees the model needs to have a good idea about what that model is equipped with. All right, for painting requirements, the 2,000 point, everything must be battle ready. If you don't know what battle ready is, take a look at the Games Workshop community site, and you'll find out what that means. For the 500 point, it's okay if you don't have painted models. Everything still needs to be assembled, but you can bring gray models. If you do bring gray models, you just lose out on the hobby points because we still are scoring that for hobby. Conversions. So if you have conversions, you're great at doing that, please do so. We encourage conversions. They're so much fun. If you're not sure about it, send a picture of your model to me at least a week before so that I can tell you whether or not your conversion makes sense or not. Mostly we're looking at making sure it's approximately the same size and can at least be recognized as the model that it's representing. 3D printing. So I do believe in intellectual property, so there's going to be no fully 3D printed models, please. You can 3D print pieces, because sometimes pieces are hard to find, but the full model still should be from an original kit. All right, so that's a quick primer. We're going to continue doing more of these videos to show more of the player information as we go along. If you have any questions, please reach out and I'll be sure to answer as quickly as I can. Once again, this is Mark from the Crimson Sage Games Club, and I'm looking to see you at our event.